What's up out there, Tie-Dye Tank family? This is Jeremy Mifflin, back with another tutorial video for you today. I already put out another video earlier. It was a frequently asked questions video, and I answered a couple questions for you. Right now I'm going to have a tutorial video for you. And this one is going to be on how to tie-dye the DNA pattern. Now, this is named the DNA pattern because of the way it looks after you get done dyeing it. It's a simple folded, pleated pattern, but the way you apply the dye is what makes this look like a DNA strand on a chart. If you were looking on a chart of DNA, it's like harder to explain, but there's all different kinds of colors and spaces of black in there too, and this will uh, I'll show you some examples at the end, and that's where you'll see what I say it's like a DNA or whatever, and you'll see. But enough talk, I'm going to get right into folding the design and dyeing it, and I'm going to switch the camera up, and we'll be right back. Alright, we got our shirt out on the table. This one might be a little bit of darker of a video, sorry about that. I had a light set up, but I used the light for some other purpose. I'm going to get another one here soon. Anyway, I got the shirt set out on the table. This one's a medium. It's an anvil. I ordered some of these because I wanted to try them out. But this is an anvil shirt. They're actually made by Gildan, so it's the same company. Anyway, I'm going to start my fold by folding in half, and as I always do, I'll fold the inside to the inside. This way any saturation issues will be on the back of the shirt. Line everything up, make sure it's good, smoothed out, no wrinkles. Okay. And as you see, voila. Now, for the DNA, I'm going to start with the shirt like this because when I pleat, I'm pleating up this way. So it's just easier, of course. Now I'm not going to start at the seam, I'm going to start right above the seam. And I'm going to pinch up an accordion fold of fabric. And I'm going to keep doing this. And I'm going to keep with that consistent size of that last one as I go up. Fold a couple and show you. As you can see, they're about this same size. I'm going to keep going up the shirt. Do this a little bit faster probably than you'll be doing it, but for demonstration purposes I need to move a little faster. As you can see, they're staying all the same size. This is, like I said, it's called an accordion fold or a pleat. Sometimes they might get away from you. You just got to pull back and redo it. I'm going to just go a little faster. When we get to the sleeve, I'm going to actually not care about the sleeve. And I'm going to just pleat up and work on the sleeve later. That's just my technique. Some people might do it a little differently. Gets a little bit harder up here in the neck area. You just got to make sure that it stays the same size and you don't have any wrinkles. Okay, now this side of the shirt, the sleeve side is going to be all black, so I don't really care about it right now. What I'm going to do is just scrunch it up a little bit like that. It's done. So go back to the seam and make sure that it's even. Now I'm going to band. And when I band this, I always start with a band in the middle. And I'm doubling this one up because it's kind of a big band. This is a smaller shirt, a medium. Start there in the middle. And I'm going to go and band this to where I make sections of color. And I'll show you what I mean by this. And I'm going to band the end next. And then I'm going to band up here. Smush it in a little bit. Band here. On what will be the front of the shirt now. Being a little difficult with me, but that's alright. Okay. Well, I got those 3 bands on there. Now I can, from here I can choose however many sections I want. Since this is going to be just a rainbow, we're going to have 6 sections. 1, 1, 2, 3. 4. And a little small. 5 and 6. Okay. So you got 6 sections. Those will be all your 6. These will be your 6 colors of the rainbow. This will be a solid color here, which we're going to do black. And that'll be a solid color. I'm going to put a couple bands up here on the sleeve. Hold it in place. I'll pick it up and show it to you. This is what it should look like. I'll back up a bit. As you see, the pleats are even pretty much on all the way up. And now we're going to dye it. I'm going to get a piece of newspaper from over here. I'm going to use newspaper this time. I've used my tray usually, but I'll use this today. I set it out on the newspaper. I've got my colors over here. My colors I'm using are lemon yellow, deep orange, scarlet, turquoise, bright green, grape, and black. So I've already cleaned out my syringe. I'm going to use my syringe on this. And my first color I'm going to use is yellow. I like to do that because I'm going to go to yellow, orange, and red, and I don't want to have to clean out my syringe to do that. So start with yellow. And yellow on the rainbow is the 3rd color over. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to make sure this doesn't go over on the sides here. And bleed over too much into there. I want to keep it kind of that size, but I do want to go on the sides here. Just give it another quick look now. Over time you'll know how much dye you need to put in it, but if the surface is wet and you don't see a ton of bleeding on either side, that means you've got enough. If it starts to bleed a lot over, you're putting too much on. I'm going to go to the orange next, of course, and that'll go on the 2nd spot, which is right next to the yellow. Orange, it may bleed over a little bit. It's alright. Anyway, scarlet will be next. That's the 1st position of the rainbow. Like I said, I'm covering it to where I see no white. And whenever I completely cover it, I then just go and I do a couple of quick swipes. I'll show you what I mean by that. See, I got it all completely covered now. I'll go just do a couple quick swipes, and that means, and that will assure me that I have enough dye in there. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to the purple because red and purple, you know, red makes purple. So the purple will be in this position, the last position on the rainbow. Okay. And that was great, by the way. Alright, going to clean out the syringe, and I'm going to go to blue turquoise. Turquoise. And that's going to go right next to the purple. Okay. And now we're going to go to, last but not least, the bright green. And that will go between the yellow and the blue. And for those who pay attention to my fish videos, I'm going to show you a new tank I got. It's a little tank. I'm going to show you how I got it set up. And I'll give you some updates on my tanks too. Okay. I've got all my rainbow colors on there now. I'm going to put my other color on there, which will be on the sides, which is my black. You can put whatever color you want on here. You could do, you know, several colors on this. Here you could do black, you could do a darker color of some other kind, you could do a lighter, whatever you want really. I mean, I'm doing black here just because I like the way it makes the rainbow in the middle pop. I'm going to make sure it's completely covered. Now I'm going to flip it over and do it on the other side, so it's not a big deal if it's not completely penetrated through, because you can add more dye later. And we're going to do black on this side too. And as I said, it makes it pop. That rainbow in the middle will look awesome with the black on the edges. Okay. Now, I'm going to flip it. I'm sure you can see it from here pretty much, but I will hold it up as I flip it. Flip it over. And where's my rag at? I need to wipe my hands off a little bit real quick. Now, I'm going to stick with the black because I don't want to have to clean up my syringe again. So I just go and do the black parts on here. I know where they're at because of where the rubber bands are. That's why you use the rubber bands as a guide. I mean, I've been doing these for a while, so I wouldn't need it. But somebody that's just making this design for the first time might need it. Okay. Like on both sides, make sure we get it all in there because we don't want any white parts. Even though it's not a huge deal. Alright, now this is the DNA part, is what I'm about to explain to you now. And the DNA part is when you do these, you're going to slide your colors over one position to the right. So say red's right here, of course, at the beginning of the rainbow. That red is going to be moved over to where the orange is on top of the orange. And I'll show you here now. I'm going to go to yellow first, like I did before. And since yellow slides over one, it's going to slide over to the green position here. And I'm going to put it where the green is. As you see, yellow over green. So when you open it up and it unfolds, in that line there's going to be yellow and green. Alright, we are going to go now to the orange, of course. And we're going to put that above the yellow. We're going to stay consistent with moving it over one position to the right. Now you don't have to do this. You can put different colors on, you can put different positions of the colors, but this is what makes it look like a DNA pattern on a chart. Okay. Scarlet, of course, over the orange, orange. Bleeds over a bit, it's not a huge deal. Alright, now I'm going to do purple because purple's going to go over red. So it's going to be right, yeah. Okay. Now, last two colors. Turquoise over the purple, grape, grappa, and again, last but not least, the green over the blue. I see green. The green over the blue. Need a little bit more. Okay. Now, show you this really quick before I bag it up. As you see, I slid the colors over one on each side. And that's what's going to form the DNA pattern as I'm looking at it. I see there's a little white spot there. So I'm just going to go and get a little orange and fix it. Always make sure you look at everything before you put it away. Okay, and there, it's fixed. Alright, now I'm going to bag this up, as I always do, in a plastic bag or in a Tupperware container, and let it sit for at least 24 hours and rinse it out. There's a rinsing video on here if you want to see where to rinse it. I'm going to pause for just a second and show you guys some examples. Alright, y'all. Here's an example of what your DNA might look like when it comes out. As you see, this one, it's got a couple more colors in it than we do with that one. But as you see, it's got the black in the middle and the black on the sides. And this is what it'll look like if you do it like I instructed to in the video. Alright. Well, that's all the time I have today for you guys for this tutorial. I would like you guys to come back soon though, because in the next couple of days I will have another tutorial out. Not sure what I'm going to do, but it's going to be something be a little bit more advanced. And if you like this video, give it a like. If you would like to see more tie-dye tutorials in the future, and if you'd like to see updates on the fish tank and all the other tanks, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.